Your eyes allow you to see the world around you, but have you ever wondered how they work? First, it's important to know that vision depends on your brain as much as on your eyes. Your eye's main job is to detect patterns of light. Then, they work with your brain to turn those patterns into images. Let's take a closer look. Light rays bounce off an object you are looking at. Let's say the object is a dog. The light reflects off the dog to your eye. Then, the light enters through the outer part of your eye, called the cornea. The cornea is clear like a window. It helps your eye focus the light to make things look sharp and clear. Next, the light rays pass through an opening called the pupil. The pupil is the dark round circle in the colored part of your eye. The colored part is called the iris. It controls how wide the pupil is and how much light can pass into your eye. In bright light, the iris narrows the pupil, reducing the amount of light that enters the eye. In dim light, the iris widens the pupil to let in more light. All of this happens automatically. Behind the iris is the lens of the eye. It helps focus the light coming into your eye so you can see things clearly. The lens flattens so you can see things that are far away, and bends so you can see things up close. When the lens, cornea, and pupil are all working together properly, they will focus light on the back of the eye. That's important because lining the back of the eye is the retina. There are about 130 million tiny cells in the retina that are sensitive to light. When these cells detect light, they turn it into electrical signals. Those signals eventually make their way through the optic nerve, which is like a cable connecting the retina to the brain. The retina helps create a rough image, but it sees the world upside down. It's your brain that turns what you see right side up. Also, when you look at an object, each eye gets a slightly different view of the world. The brain combines those views and makes them into one picture. The brain also adds a lot of details to your vision, so that you can see complex shapes, movement, depth, and a rainbow of colors. And of course, the brain connects your sense of sight to things you already know, so that when you see a dog, you recognize it as a dog, and not a cat or a monkey. And that's how you're able to see.
Age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, is the leading cause of visual impairment and blindness in older Americans. It affects the retina, the light-sensitive layer of the eye. In early AMD, yellowish deposits form under the retina. They can result in distortion and gradual blurring of vision. As the disease progresses, more and larger deposits develop, and blood vessels grow up from beneath the retina and leak blood. The leaked blood causes damage to the retina. In advanced AMD, peripheral vision may remain, but the ability to clearly see straight ahead is lost.
Now that you know how to put on and take off your contact lenses, here are some quick do's and don'ts to keep in mind when caring for them. Do: put your contact lenses on first, before applying any makeup. Don't: wear them longer than the recommended replacement schedule your doctor gave you. Do: remove your contact lenses and call your eye doctor if you experience redness, sensitivity to light, change in vision, or any pain or discharge. Don't: fall asleep in your contact lenses. Always take them off before you go to bed.
Is life getting blurry around the edges? If your eyesight is not what it used to be, or if you currently wear glasses or contacts, vision insurance can significantly reduce your costs for routine eye care and prescription eyewear. But how does it work? Unlike major medical insurance policies that may provide unlimited benefits after certain copays or deductibles are met, most vision insurance plans provide specific benefits and discounts for an annual premium. In effect, vision plans offer savings much like a gift card. As such, they can be used to cover much of the cost for basic eyewear, or they can be used to make premium eyewear products and enhancements significantly more affordable. Vision plans generally cover or provide discounts on annual eye examinations, eyeglass frames, eyeglass lenses, and contact lenses. Some vision plans also offer discounts on vision corrective surgery, such as LASIK and PRK. As with other types of insurance, vision plans work with a network of doctors to provide discounted prices. So you want to make sure your eye care practitioner is in your plan's network to get the most savings. Also, if you take part in a flexible spending account or health savings account, you can use those funds to pay for costs not covered by your vision plan. So, if you're looking to save on eye care expenses, vision insurance can be a great way to cut costs and help you see more clearly.
Design. It means early mornings, late nights, and failing. Failing a lot. But most importantly, it means creating without compromise.
Online eye tests. You know, the websites that say they test your eyesight with your own computer. Well, online eye tests cannot effectively detect any of 12 things an eye doctor examines in person. Every single one of those things is essential to your eye health. In fact, comprehensive eye exams even diagnose conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. Even still, these online and app-based businesses claim to measure 1 out of 12. Now think about it. Would you be willing to have less than what you need to stay healthy? Would you brush 1/12 of your teeth? Wash only 1/12 of your body? Or do only 1/12 of your job, bills, or homework? No, you wouldn't. Online eye tests are not comprehensive eye exams. They are not even 1/12 of what doctors of optometry do. That's why 92% of surveyed Americans would rather complete a comprehensive eye exam that is guaranteed to be accurate. This same survey showed 86% of people preferred face-to-face interactions with their eye doctor compared to online vision tests, and that eye doctors were seen more trustworthy regarding contact lens sales and safety compared to online retailers. Is it any wonder that 2/3 of Americans believe it is important to schedule a regular or yearly appointment with their trusted eye doctor? Schedule an appointment with your eye doc today for a comprehensive eye exam and any updates to your contact lenses prescription.
Diabetic eye disease refers to a group of eye problems that can occur as a result of diabetes. Without diagnosis and treatment, diabetic eye disease can cause severe vision loss or even blindness. Diabetic retinopathy is the most common diabetic eye disease and is a leading cause of blindness in persons with diabetes. It is caused by changes in the blood vessels of the retina. The retina is the light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye. A healthy retina is necessary for good vision. In some people with diabetic retinopathy, blood vessels of the retina may swell and leak fluid or blood. In other people with diabetes, abnormal new blood vessels grow on the surface of the retina. At first, diabetic retinopathy may not cause any changes in vision, but over time, diabetic retinopathy can get worse. At first, a person might see spots floating in their vision, or may notice a general blurring of vision. Eventually, diabetic retinopathy may cause vision loss and even blindness.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, daughter has gonna yagi, her brain fried. My lady papa Zenny, other lady popping molly, why she waiting on me? Yogi my area, keep on heading if you want, I drive it like you know. I don't wanna hear you, 지겹잖아 이제 넌 like I'm Bango, cutting my hair. I just keep going though, 소신껏 날 믿고 I fly non-stop, Kelly to New York, 구름 위로 hop on, drive out and riding birds, honeyberry counting gobs. I do what I wanna do, 그게 나의 문의원, 너넨 꿈꾸지 말만 많지, just do it.
You gotta be the rebel.
Yeah. Hi, pretty girl. How are you?
Show you're ready.
You ready?
You ready for this?
Hold the ball. There we go. There we go.
Oh.
Hi. What are you?
Oh, good.
Can you see so well? Wow. Thea, what do you think?
What'd you think, bud? What'd you think? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
You can see? Isn't it fun? Isn't it amazing? You can see? Yeah, I know.
Watch as this kid sees clearly for the first time ever. At first, he hesitated to put on the glasses because he didn't know what they were. But when he finally got the chance to see through them, the whole world changed for him. Just watch the reaction when he finds out. Beautiful.
Hi. Hi, Papa. Oh my God, you can see better now, right, baby?
Here we are. Daly just got glasses. It's her first time trying them on.
Hi, baby girl. Do you like him? Yeah. Do you like him? Can you see now? Yeah. Can you see?
This 1-year-old is about to try on glasses for the first time. As soon as she puts them on, her parents can tell she sees clearly for the first time in her life.
Can you see?
Your child's vision matters. That's why at Gulf Coast Vision Center, we offer a range of services that meet your child's eye care needs throughout every stage of growth and development. Our knowledgeable optometrists perform eye exams to ensure your child can see the world as it's meant to be seen. Our staff can even prescribe contact lenses and help your child pick out the perfect frames. We believe world-class eye care goes beyond just treating eye problems and actively work to promote eye wellness and preservation through preventative and responsive care for all children. If your child has trouble focusing in school, difficulty reading or writing, or complains of headaches, they may need an eye exam.
A cataract is a clouding of the lens in your eye that affects vision. Most cataracts are related to aging. To understand how a cataract can affect your vision, it helps to understand a little about the structure of your eye. The lens is clear and lies between the iris and the pupil. It works much like a camera lens, focusing light or an image on the retina. The retina is the light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye. Once the light or image reaches the retina, it is changed into nerve signals that are sent to the brain. Besides focusing light on the retina, the lens also adjusts the eye's focus, letting us see things clearly both up close and far away. The lens must be clear for the retina to receive a sharp image. The lens is made of mostly water and protein. The protein is arranged in a precise way that allows light to pass through it without distortion. But as we age, proteins in the lens clump together, causing a cataract. At first, the protein may clump together and cloud in a small area of the lens. Over time, the clumps may increase in size and number, clouding more of the lens. If the lens is cloudy from a cataract, the image you see will be blurred and colors may appear faded. A clear fluid flows through the anterior segment at the front of the eye, nourishing tissues. At the open angle where the cornea and iris meet, the fluid flows through a spongy meshwork and leaves the eye. But if it passes through too slowly, pressure inside the eye rises to a level that damages the optic nerve, resulting in vision loss due to open-angle glaucoma. Untreated, the vision loss progresses from normal vision and no pain to gradual loss of peripheral or side vision and eventually total vision loss.
Optomap retinal imaging is a quick picture that gives a very broad view of the back of your eye. We can look at your optic nerve, we can look at your macula, we can look at your peripheral retina to make sure that everything is looking very healthy. Something that I really appreciate about an Optomap is I get to look at both of your eyes at the same time as long as I want. It's really important to get an Optomap scan because when I'm doing an exam, although it's very thorough, I have to search through your retina with a tiny little spotlight. When you're sitting in the chair and you have your face in that microscope, it's really bright, and that can be challenging to keep your eyes open for very long. An analogy that I like to use for my patients is it's like searching in a dark room with a flashlight. I'm doing a very thorough job, but man, it's hard to get every single spot. Versus the Optomap is kind of like walking into the room and turning on the lights. It's a lot easier to find subtle things if I've got the whole view that I need. So now, a snap of a picture and I can look as long as I want.
At the University of West Florida, our spirited learners experience a university like no other. Because UWF's reach extends far beyond campus. So whether you're on campus or off, you'll get an education that will take you places.
What is presbyopia? It sounds scary, but it isn't. It happens to everyone around age 40. Even if you have 20/20 vision or had laser eye surgery. Presbyopia is when you start to notice things like blurry near vision, difficulty reading small text, trouble focusing from far to near, or vice versa, and increased challenges while driving at night. Some common misconceptions about presbyopia are that only some people get it. It's curable and preventable, or that it's best to wait until it gets worse before acting. So don't suffer through it. Find a solution early. You have options like progressives, bifocals, and readers. Plus, there's multifocal contact lenses. They work like any other contact lens. So wherever you look, you see. Multifocal contact lenses fit into your daily life, like reading printed text, looking at screens, staying active. And they're great for special occasions. So if the fine print is getting hard to read, you may have presbyopia. Ask your eye doctor about AccuView multifocal contact lenses today.